Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and being here today with me, and God bless you guys. So today's video is going to be a more serious video because I will be talking about something that has happened to me, and that's something that happens to a lot of women. And it's basically just having low self-esteem and being in a relationship with somebody. How damaging it could be to you, and just how much of just a dangerous place it could put you in. So I don't know where this video is gonna go. I'm just gonna ramble basically about, I'm just gonna ramble, let things come out of my mouth and just say how I feel, say, you know, like basically my truth and what I think and what I believe. And I feel like this will help somebody. I'm not sure who it will help, but I feel like I'll be speaking to somebody. I wish that I had something to look at and to listen to when I was going through this, but I did not. And also too, when you are just so in love with everybody but yourself, it's hard to even see it anyways. So yeah, okay, so I'm gonna get into a little bit of it now. So I keep saying so because I'm so nervous because I never spoke about this, but I feel like I should. Okay, let me just shut up now. Okay, so I'm going through a divorce, and I know a lot of you guys wanted me to speak on it, and I feel like I should speak on it a little bit because I did tell you guys how I met him, how I met my husband, who is Nova's dad, how I met him and how much I love him and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, you know what, if we're not going to be together, if we're getting a divorce, going through a divorce right now, I'm also speaking on like not exactly 100% why, but where I'm at and how I'm feeling. So I was in a very unhealthy mental space about myself for a long time. I did not see any worth in myself, and a lot of that came from me being overweight, and I'm still working on my weight right now. I'm nowhere near my goal, but I'm still working on my weight right now. But it started from me being so, yeah, just so insecure about my weight and not feeling like I was good enough, not feeling like any man would want me or would actually want me as a wife, as a wifey, you know what I mean? Not someone to just have and just keep on the side and in the dark. I didn't feel like somebody would actually want to be with me and claim me as their wife and want to show the world that I was their girl or I was their wife or whatever. So I went through that a lot growing up, even like in high school and middle school. I went through that. Like, it was just so, I just never thought that anybody would like me. And you know what, the boys in school never liked me. You know, the boys in school always liked my friends. They never liked me. I never had a boyfriend in high school, like that went to my high school. I never had a boyfriend that went to my high school, and I never had boys, you know, letting people know that they had a crush on me or they liked me. If they did, they would always hide it from people, you know, and tell me like, oh, you'll be my girlfriend, like behind closed doors. Whack ass niggas, okay? But that is what basically my life was. And because it started at such a young age, like when I was in grade 8 and grade 9, going up into high school, grade 7, I always felt like I wasn't good enough to be someone's like wife. Like I was just really just gross, I guess you could say, for anyone to really claim me as their girlfriend or anything. So going up now, up until when I met my soon-to-be ex-husband, I still felt like that. I still felt like I wasn't good enough, and I felt like I was lucky to be with him. Like I was lucky that he wanted me. I was lucky that he wanted to wife me or call me his wife, or I was lucky that he, you know, wanted to like tell people that I was with him, you know? So the fact that like he was doing all those things, like showing me like attention, letting people know that I was his girl, you know, show me affection in public, like just those things. I just felt like, oh my gosh, like, girl, you hit the jackpot. Like girl, you hit the jackpot. Like, you found somebody who loves you. You found someone who like loves you this big and all. Like, you better hold on tight, girl, because this ain't gonna happen again for you. Like, I literally felt like that, which is so sad because I am so much more than how I treated myself, you know? And I did that. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, this is it. Like, you gotta make sure you keep this, like, keep this, because you're never gonna find this again. And because of that, I just did everything in my power to keep that person, which is my ex-husband, to keep him around. Like, I wanted to make him happy. I wanted to always make him happy. I wanted to always please him. I wouldn't care if I left myself unhappy or with nothing. I just wanted to make sure that he was pleased with me and that he was happy so that he wouldn't leave me. 19-year-old Janielle, 20-year-old Janielle, 21, 22-year-old Janielle, 23-year-old Janielle. This went on for years, you guys. Like, all of my family's seen it. One time my brother even commented on that. He said to me, one time we got in a fight about it because I was just all wrapped up in him. And like, I just, you know, some girls that just like, when they get a man, they just wrapped up in the man and like, they don't think about no one else and like, all they see is a man. That is what I was going through. So my brother was like not having it. And I remember he said to me, you know, if you had more self-esteem, you would not be behind this nigga. And I was so offended and I was so mad because it was true. Because I knew that if I had more self-esteem, I would not be the way I was with him. And as much as I didn't want to admit that, I knew it was true. So that is why I got so mad at him, because I knew that what he was saying was the truth. And let me tell you something. When a man knows that you are insecure, he will prey on you like flies prey on roadkill. Like, I am so serious. Like, men will do that. Men always know when you have low self-esteem and when you're confident and when you are sure in yourself. And I definitely was not sure in myself. I definitely was not confident. I remember him always, sorry, that's my phone. I remember him always saying stuff to me like, you know, when we first started dating, being together, he would say things like, oh, you know, why are you so not confident? Like, you should be more confident. You should. And I would always just, because I was so young, I was 19, and because I was just so trusting and just, I just liked him so much at that time, and I was falling in love with him. I would just tell him everything how I was feeling. So I'd be like, no, I don't like this about myself. I don't like this about myself. I hate this. I hate that. No, I don't see what you see. I don't see that. So because I was letting him know all my insecurities and I was actually telling him my inner thoughts, he knew that I was really insecure. And he definitely, I could definitely admit that he did prey on that, you know. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that how, oh, you know, he used me the entire time we were together and I'm a victim, and you know, no. I really do feel like he loved me to a certain extent. I don't feel like he unconditionally loved me. And as much as I could say that I unconditionally loved him, the fact that I was so insecure with myself and I didn't find self-worth in myself, I don't think that I loved him 100% unconditionally, but in a healthy way. Like, the love that I have for him was unhealthy because I felt like he was it. This is the only one. Like, I'm never gonna have anybody. Like, I should be happy. I should be grateful. Like, and that is not any way to love someone either, you know? So I feel like I had an unhealthy love for him because I loved him more than myself. And I feel like a lot of women need to know that you cannot love somebody unless you truly love yourself. Like, it will just be disaster. It will be disaster 101 for you to love a man more than you love you. How could you love anyone more than yourself? This is yourself. This is who you are. this is a body that's carried you for so many years, and like you need to know that you are important and that you are worth something, and that you are, you know, you could be loved and you are lovable, and that you are enough, and God made you in his image and you are perfect, you know. And that is something that I didn't know. My mom would tell me all the time that I'm perfect, I'm beautiful. You know, I had my friends tell me that, but when you hear it from your parents and your friends, you just feel like they're saying it because you're supposed to say it. So when you hear a guy tell you that, or like a man tell you that, you just feel like he's telling you the truth. Especially when you haven't heard it from a man and they're showing you, like, they're basically proving it to the world, I guess you could say, by loving you in public. You tend to believe it. So I was definitely unhappy for a long time in my marriage. I was unhappy for a long time, but I would suppress that unhappiness because I just felt like, you know what, girl, this is the best you're gonna get, you better deal with it. No man is perfect. I would make excuses for him. I would say, like, no man is perfect. You know, this is the best you're gonna get. Like, you have to choose what you can live with and what you can't live with. But which is true, I do feel like no one is perfect, and you have to choose what you can put up with and what you cannot put up with. But there's a limit, you know. And like I said, I'm not gonna get into too many details of what happened with me and him, because I feel like it's no one's business but me and his to actually go into detail. I feel like that would just be so tacky and just so wrong, and I'm not gonna do that. But I could speak around the situation. So yeah, there's a limit to that, okay? And I definitely let him cross the line a lot of times, okay? And it was all because I was insecure, and I thought that he was the only one that I was ever gonna have, and he was the only one who was ever gonna love me. So yeah, let me not even go there right now, Janielle. Like, suck those tears back in, because you're done crying for this nigga. Okay, you're done crying. But yeah, so one thing I will say is that we did not end our marriage off of like him cheating on me or anything like that, or me cheating on him. Like, it had nothing to do with that. It was all just like, you know, other situations. That is what ended the relationship. I am the one who ended it because I just had to stop. Honestly, I just had to stop the madness. I really had to stop the madness. I knew that I wasn't happy, and I knew that something had to give. So at first I tried to change him, which is never okay, and which never works, because you can never change a man. The only person who can change a man is God, or if he wants to change himself. But you personally cannot change a man. Even if you have a kid for him, you cannot change him. And no, I did not have a kid for him so I can change him. Like, that's not, I'm just saying that because a lot of people tend to get pregnant for men thinking that's gonna keep them, and it doesn't, you know. But no, my pregnant with Nova was definitely a surprise. We actually were trying for her. So yeah, when I was pregnant with Nova, we were so happy, like, because that's exactly what we wanted. We prayed for Nova, so we were so happy. But I just feel like, yeah, like, no man can change unless God changes him, or he wants to change himself. And I tried to do that. I tried to change him, you know, and it wouldn't work. No matter what I said, no matter how I said it, he was always gonna be who he was. And I know a lot of that comes from just from him knowing that I was so insecure, and that no matter what I said, I still wasn't gonna leave, because he knew that, or he thought that he was the best, that he thought that I thought that he was the best that I could ever get, because I feel like I've said that to him subconsciously before. So after being so unhappy and just so depressed all the time, I realized I had to dig deep into, like, basically why I was so depressed and why things were happening to me the way they were happening and how I could fix it. So I started realizing that, you know what, a lot of it stems from my weight. Like, a lot of it comes from my weight. I had to look back far into my past and see why I was the way I was, why I loved him so much more than me, why I put up with certain things that I shouldn't put up with certain things. Why did I allow myself to just be so unhappy for so long? And I definitely realized that all of it really did come from my weight. You guys, when I tell you that I was just so unhappy, and let me just say this too, that is another reason why he never came here, because I was always just subconsciously, I honestly feel subconsciously, I knew that it wasn't gonna work, and I knew that it would be disastrous if he did come here. Like, we've tried to get him here before, but I've never put 100% in him coming here, because I always knew that it just probably wasn't gonna work. So a lot of people used to always say, like, why doesn't he like come here? Like, why doesn't he like just, like, you guys are married? And when I think about it now, I think about all the obstacles that we tried jumping over for him to get here. It makes a lot of sense now that when I think about it, and I'm so happy that I did not go through with that. I'm so happy that that never happened, and I feel like God definitely was looking out for me in that sense, like in every sense, but I feel like in that situation he was definitely looking out for me as well too. My weight has stopped me from doing so many things in life, like so many things, like going out with friends, just putting myself out there. I had anxiety just going outside because I was afraid that people would make fun of me. Like, my weight has stopped me from doing a lot of things, and I feel like it has blocked me from a lot of opportunities. So I said, you know what, now it's getting into my true happiness, you know, and in order for my daughter to be happy, I need to be happy. Nova can't be happy if her mama's not happy. So I made the decision and I said, you know what, I'm sorry, this just is not working out for me. I tried for years. Sorry guys, I just did my makeup today and it's not gonna happen. Not today. God is good, I'm alive. Okay. That I deserve so much more, and I've been through so much that I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I need to focus on myself. I need to make myself happy. I need to really put myself first. Like I said, you guys, a lot of things happened in the relationship that were just unhealthy and not right. So I ended it with him. And I said I want a divorce. And when I'm talking about me saying that I want a divorce, I'm not crying or I'm not like tearing up or feeling like the tears are coming because I'm upset that that happened to us. I'm tearing up because I'm so happy that I finally showed up for myself. I finally loved myself enough to put myself first. That is why I am tearing up, or that is why I feel like I want to cry, or I'm trying not to cry. It's not because I'm upset and sad about the fact that my marriage didn't work out. To tell you the truth, it was doomed from day one, because it started off with me being so insecure and loving him more than I love myself. So I'm not upset that it didn't work out. I'm happy that I finally chose myself and put myself first and loved myself more than him, and made the choice to finally start living my life to its true potential and just being happy. I chose happiness, and I'm just so happy. When I tell you guys that it is such a dangerous thing to get into a relationship with a man when you have low self-esteem. Don't do it. First off, the man preys on it. Like I said, they always know when you have low self-esteem and you do things that you would never think that you would do, and you put up with things that you would never think that you would put up with, and you you stay in this unhappy state, but you tell yourself that this is the best that it's gonna be for you, or you should be lucky. And it's so not like that. It's so not like that. Like, they're lucky to have you, and he was lucky to have me. I was bomb. Like, I'm still bomb. I'm bomber now, you know, but he was so lucky to have me. And even though I loved him in an unhealthy way, because I would put up with certain things and I would do everything for him, and you know, all I know is that I loved him hard, and I did everything for my marriage. I did everything that I could for him, and at the end of the day, I had to choose myself and my happiness and my mental health against him. You know, I had to show up for myself and choose myself and love myself. So yeah, you guys, I just feel like people ask me all the time, are you dating now? How was it dating now, being, you know, like losing so much weight? How is it dating for you now? And I'm not dating right now because I'm not 100% where I need to be when it comes to loving myself, or when it comes to, you know, just discovering myself and figuring out myself and just being happy. And right now I'm just so happy with just being single and loving myself completely. And I know I said loving myself so much, you guys, but this is the first time in 10 years, and I feel like my whole life, that I've truly loved myself and showing myself how much I love myself, you know, not only with my weight loss journey, but just with little other things in life. And I'm just so happy. I'm living life to the fullest with my daughter Nova. I love her so much. That little girl means the world to me. Like, I was so blessed the day that I found out that I was pregnant with her. And the day that I gave birth to a healthy baby was the best day of my life. And I'm so happy being happy with her. And she's even more happier because I'm more happy. It just works out for a little family. It works out for us because I'm happy and she's happy. So do I hate my ex-husband? No, I don't hate my ex-husband, or soon to be ex-husband. I don't hate him. I wish him the best in life, and I hope that he could, you know, grow into being a better man and make better decisions in life and just be a better person in general. I don't think he's a horrible person, but I feel like there's a lot of things that he needs to work on in life. I wish him the best. I don't hate him. I'm just very happy now, now that I've chosen to love myself first. Now, as it goes for me and him parenting Nova, like, that's between me and him. We'll definitely, like, we've had conversations about that. I've definitely expressed to him how I feel about that. And he's definitely expressed to me how he feels about that, you know? So we will definitely deal with that on our own, like, privately, because that's a private matter. But other than that, yeah. So I just wanted to tell you guys, you know, my truth and how I feel like it is never okay to be in a relationship when you are unhappy, depressed, or just have a low self-esteem. It's not good. Definitely low self-esteem is not good, and it's not healthy for you, and it's so damaging to you. And your loved ones suffer as well too, because they have to see you put up with things and do things that they never thought that you would put up or do. So yeah, but I'm happy that I finally did this video, because a lot of you guys asked me, and a lot of people ask me, like, what about your husband? Like, I thought you know, what happened with you and him and da-da-da. And I'm happy that I finally spoke on it, so you guys know. And I feel like I did a good job keeping certain things private and then letting you guys kind of know, like, what I mean. If you know what I mean. But yeah, okay guys, anyways, this video is way too long. Hopefully I can, like, you know, bring it down, edit it down to, like, way shorter than what it is now. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for being so supportive to me and Nova. Thank you for being respectful to me and what has been going on with my marriage. A lot of you guys do not like just assume things and write things to me and say, oh, did this happen, did this happen? You guys literally are just like, are you okay? Like, what happened? Like, I hope you're okay. God has you, you know, don't worry. And I appreciate that so much. I love you guys so much. You guys mean so much to me, and I will definitely see you guys in my next one, God's willing. Okay. I hope that this video was good, as in, like, I hope that I answered your questions without putting my whole business on the internet. But yeah, okay guys, I love you guys.